Hey there, today we're going to talk about why the buy my stuff approach doesn't work. I have noticed that the buy my stuff approach fails every single time, and today we're going to talk about exactly why. So thank you for being here. My name is Sarah May Ives. I own an advertising agency and I am passionate about doing strategies that work in 2019, not old, outdated strategies that everybody is beating to death. So one of those strategies is actually the buy my stuff strategy. So when I work with clients, some of them come to me a little savvier than others. Some clients come to me with outdated marketing strategies, and one of those outdated marketing strategies is the buy my stuff strategy. And essentially, you can tell people that do the buy my stuff strategy from a million miles away, because when you go to their Facebook page, every single post says, hey, today this is why this happens. By the way, sign up for this. Every single post is a sign up for this, sign up for my 12-month bootcamp, sign up for this, sign up for that. And when you look at the actual content that they're posting, it's kind of skimpy. So this is because in today, 2019, the whole buy my stuff approach is becoming really tired. We're really tired of being marketed to, and we're really tired of people saying like this story of how they did this and then achieved this and then they arrived at this new bliss, and we're like, well, I don't really even know who you are, so I don't even really care about your story. So the reason why the buy my stuff approach fails is because, first of all, we don't know who you are. We don't have a relationship with you. What I've noticed in my agency is that the people that come to me that are getting results are doing a few key things. And those key things are, number one, prioritizing relationships. So the clients that I love to work with the most are people that come to me and say, my number one priority is building a relationship with people and finding out what they want to learn from me. And then success is much more inevitable when you're able to tap into who your audience is, what they're watching from you, what they're wanting from you, and ultimately where they want to arrive. Now, the problem with the buy my stuff approach is that it's the exact opposite, actually. The buy my stuff approach is when you say, hey, I want to sell a program to teach people how to do something, do XYZ, and then I'm going to sell it to them for $9.97. And I'm going to have so much success. I'm going to do a lead magnet funnel, and then boom, I'm going to get sales. Here's what's wrong with that approach is you're building it from the top down. You're saying, here's what I want to sell. I'm going to find people to buy it. Ultimately, there's inherently a flaw in that, is that you don't have market proof for what you're offering. You don't have an audience. You're not really prioritizing building relationships. You're just saying, here's what I want to do. I'm going to find the people to buy it. There's already a zillion people doing that. And there's already a zillion people failing at that approach. And the reason why is because I admire that you want to sell something, and I admire that you want to be an entrepreneur, and that's exceptional. But the fast and easy way to that is to tap into an audience first, show up for them consistently on a daily basis. And when I say show up, I mean primarily showing up on video, secondarily posting to your page every single day, and providing content to people. And the strategy that works super well for that as well is to get a whole bunch of content. Ask yourself, what are the top 10 problems of the people that come to me? And how can I help them with those problems? What are the solutions that would really help them? And then you're going to talk about those problems all the time. You might change the headline or change the context in which you're giving them that information. But ultimately, you're providing them with information first. And a very curious thing happens, and I've seen this happen firsthand, is that people start to like you, they start to trust you, and then they engage with your stuff, and then they become fans. And then when you have an offer and you realize like, hey, I want to write a course on this, I want to do a course on this, I want to do a course on this, then you can say to your people in your videos, you could say, hey, I'm thinking about starting this course, click the link here. I'm thinking about doing this. If you prefer that, then click there. And you can just judge by the engagement on your videos and the engagement on your posts what people might want from you most. The benefit to doing this is that you save a lot of money. So you drastically save money when you meet people where they're at, as opposed to saying, I want to sell this, find the people here. Now, I mean, you can honestly do that if you have the budget. But when it comes to, say, this money is in the list mindset, a lot of marketers will say to you, the money is in your email list. Reality is that you need a lot of people on your email list to just be able to send out one email and boom, make serious money. I mean, if you look at a lot of people who are making money on their list, they have massive lists. If you even want 10,000 people on your list, think about this. The average opt-in rate for a freebie right now is $2 to $4, and that's just for a basic freebie like a checklist, etc. If you want something bigger like a webinar or something that has a bigger time investment, the money goes up. The averages go even up further. It's not uncommon to spend $8 for a webinar registration. So when you think about the money that goes into building those 10,000 people, that's actually easily $20,000 to $40,000 if you're just dealing in regular averages. If you want even more, then it's more money. So when we're fed this stuff that the money is in the email list, we have to be really careful to analyze, what are my expectations? How many people do I need on my list before I see a result? So that's why doing the top-heavy approach, where you build a product, you try to build your list, and then try to make sales, can take a lot of money and a lot of time, and unfortunately a lot of experimenting, because if that offer isn't proven, that money could easily just be flushed down the toilet. So the way to prevent yourself from this is to build relationships with people, show up for them consistently on video, and then ask them what they want. When you've had purchases on what your warm audience is purchasing, that's when you take that information and you take it out to a cold market, and that's when you put your funnel into place and you put into a more traditional, because you're going into it with traction already. You're going into it with market proof. So everybody, this is exactly why today we talked about exactly why that sort of buy my stuff approach doesn't work. Not only does it turn people off, not only does it kind of push people away because they're not ready for that buy my stuff yet. It's expensive. It's super duper expensive, and there's tons of competition already. So I've given you the solution today to kind of flip that on its head and to build it backwards. Start building the relationship with people first, and then ask them what they want, and then they're going to be eager to buy it from you. I hope that this has been super helpful, and I'd love to hear any questions you have about stuff that I've talked about today, or I'd love to learn about any experiences you've had, or even just who you are. So happy to see you in the comments, and I will see you soon. Oh, my camera just about fell over.